This is not a partisan issue. This is an American issue. And it does not matter who you are. It does not matter if you are elected. It does not matter who your person, your candidate was. This was a travesty of justice and made us an international laughingstock.
Long lines on voting day giving way to heated hearings and even arrests as chaos erupts at the Capitol.
DPS had to be called in as angry voters demanded answers as to why some were forced to wait more than 5 hours in line last week. We've got team coverage for you tonight, beginning with ABC 15's Joe Bartels. And Joe, this started with a very heated hearing here.
Yeah, Steve, this was an absolutely wild scene. Those protesters standing up, shouting, chanting that they wanted Arizona to get a revote. Then cops had to come in and toss them out. Shame, 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 shame. This is video from inside the House of Representatives in the gallery area looking over the floor. And look on the right side of the screen. You are about to hear from the man in the blue and white striped shirt. A DPS officer latches onto him and he will struggle with him for a few seconds. DPS telling us they were summoned to the House chamber after the sergeant at arms reported protesters interrupting lawmakers and they refused to leave. DPS says they showed up and sure enough, protesters were loud, disruptive, and some even put their hands on the officers. Some protesters feel that law enforcement was overly aggressive.
I physically made a run for the exit because I saw two officers try to grapple me. As you can see, they ripped my shirt. I had to squirm away. I actually held out to the arm of another fellow protester.
And protesters say they were angry because the public comment section time had been cut and they feel like their voices weren't being heard. There was one arrest in all this. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks very much. Well, now to all those protesters making demands. ABC 15's Melissa Blasius is live. And Melissa, they want everything from a revote to resignations.
That's right. You know, voting is one of our fundamental rights in this country, and our elected leaders have promised that Tuesday's debacle won't happen again. But that's not good enough for a lot of the people we met at the Capitol today. They want immediate accountability, and they even want to do the whole election over again. Hundreds packed standing room only into the House Election Committee hearing.
I think it's safe to say we are all here for the same purpose, democracy.
They say our elected leaders failed them.
Okay, 45 minutes to park, 5.5 hours in line. We ordered pizza twice while waiting.
This group refusing to believe Tuesday's debacle was an accident.
The corruption has become so established that it got comfortable. So comfortable that it got lazy. So lazy that you got caught.
Why can't you make it a crime when you deny 1,000 people the right to vote under the color of authority?
The frustration bubbled over, causing the committee chairwoman to beg for civility.
I appreciate everybody's engaged, and that's a good thing, but we need to be respectful.
They were clear on what they wanted: the immediate resignation of Maricopa County Recorder Helen Purcell and...
I want a revote.
But legislative leaders say that's easier said than done.
I don't want to get somebody's hopes up that we can just snap our fingers and redo things. It does not work that way, but we will explore every possibility and try to come to the best decision we can as an elected body.
So about that idea of a revote is very unlikely. First, there's a lot of legal election law issues there. Also, it's just impractical when you think of it. First and foremost, the presidential nomination votes roll on across the country, and it would take weeks for us to reorganize an election here. Plus, you probably, they say, would see the same winners because the winners on both the Republican and Democratic side won by good margins here, solid margins. So even if you did it again, you'd probably still come out with Clinton and Trump. Back to you.